It's Monday, December 23. This is Barry Fair here with you on our first day of the summer series, and we're going to be talking about what to do with the leftovers after Christmas Day and unwanted Christmas presents. Good afternoon, I'm Barry Fair. Welcome along to you, and I'm glad that you're having a wonderful afternoon wherever you may be watching on the northern beaches, the southern beaches, to the east, to the west, to the south, and all over Australia. And thank you for watching wherever you are comfortable. Well, our opening sequence is what to do with the leftovers after Christmas Day. And here's my outsider now. Good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Good afternoon, Barry. Thank you for having me on the show again. Yes, we're going to talk about what to do with all those leftovers from Christmas Day.
Well, what you can do is make up a nice salad with the leftover ham or turkey, or you can make a wrap with some melted cheese and grill it. And here's my outsider to tell you about that. How delicious is it?
Leftover ham is the most delicious thing, Barry, and it's the most Aussie Christmas thing you can do. Is cracking open that leftover ham and a piece of toast and some tomato.
And some grated cheese and grill it until the cheese is melted.
That's right.
Now, also, you've got to use up the leftover dips as well, because dips never last long in the hot weather, especially if they're left out. Here's my outsider.
Yes, you've got to make sure you put those dips away, as Barry was saying, and also they won't last too long if they've been out all day Christmas Day as well.
Because some dips, guys, they have dairy in it. So if you've got anything that has dairy in it, put it in the fridge and eat it as soon as possible. Here's my outsider.
As Barry says, dairy can go off very quickly in the summer heat, so you must either eat it as quickly as possible, or if it's not in use, put it straight back in the refrigerator.
And if it's hot, what do? You go, eh, where does it go? In the bin. Because if you wait off dip, guys, you will be very sick. Here's my outsider.
Yes, I would agree with that, Barry. You won't have a very good Christmas if you eat off dip.
And where will you end up? Either in there or with the ambulance.
Or with the ambos.
So, and it's the same with the seafood too. Eat that as soon as possible. Here's my outsider.
Make sure if the seafood has been finished and there's still more left, you put it straight into the refrigerator.
And label and date your contents as well. Here's my outsider.
It's a very good point, Barry. If you label and date, you know exactly when it was put into the fridge and you know exactly how long it probably will last for. So you don't get sick and you don't end up on the toilet or in the hospital.
Because you know, Northern Beaches Hospital, guys, they are busy around this time of the year, especially with MVAs. Here's my outsider.
That's right. This is also a very busy time of the year for the ambulance officers, so we don't want to be calling out silly things.
Like today, like now. And what about the leftover fruit salad that you made the day before? You must eat the fruit, especially strawberries. Here's my outsider.
You have to make sure you eat all the fruit, and if not, you must cover it as soon as you can and place it in a cool place again.
and make sure that you label and date it. Here's my offside.
As Barry said, you need to do the same. Label and date it to make sure that no one eats 3 or 4 days old fruit.
Because as we mentioned on the show, you don't want to be ending up in there or with the parents.
That's right.
And the same with the Christmas pudding. Make sure you finish that or take a picnic of the leftovers, guys, and take a picnic lunch with you on Boxing Day. Here's my offside.
It's a very good idea, Barry, taking a picnic lunch somewhere with the leftovers, so that means they don't go to waste.
Because, uh, because if you leave a lot of food in the fridge that may go off, and you forget about it, and it all ends up in the bin at the end of the day because you spent your hard-earned cash on it. Here's my offside.
Barry said it is a waste of money and also a waste of food. There's a lot of people out there who are very hungry, and you want to make sure.
The last thing on the food is consider people's diets. Well, dietary requirements. Most people can't eat seafood or turkey or chicken. Here's my offside.
Yes, you must ask whoever is going to your house, or if you're going somewhere, just to ask if you have any dietary requirements. That is known because you don't want someone who is allergic to shellfish, for example, and they'll end up in the hospital.
Okay, well now on the show, it's time to talk about what to do with unwanted Christmas gifts. You can give them to the salvos or donate them to the people who lost everything in the bushfires. Here's my offside.
It's a very good idea, Barry. You can also give it to the Smiths family as well. Any sort of charity places that your unwanted gifts can go a long way as well. Please don't throw them out in the trash.
Because someone else may have use for them. Here's my offside.
Very good point, Barry. Someone else, as the old saying goes, another person's trash is another person's treasure.
And if it's like a toy for a kid, put it in the Smith family collection. Make sure you be careful about what you put in the box. Here's my offside.
Very good point, Barry. You must be careful what you put in the box. But also, there are some needy children out there as well who would probably like any sort of gift. That means a lot.
Whether it's a toy truck or books to read or clothes to wear or a watch, anything. Here's my offside.
Any gift will go a long way for someone. So it's very important to not chuck away those unwanted gifts.
Well, we've come to the end of our show for today. Before we do go today, remember, behave yourself on Christmas. Don't spoil it by doing something stupid. Here's my offside.
Yes, the last mention on the show was a very good one, Barry. Make sure you don't get too silly with the alcohol drinking. You want to be respectable at your family's Christmas party or wherever you are.
And also, just a couple of little things. Make sure that you buy a good sized turkey or ham, and make sure that you've got enough to go around, and make sure that you've got everything prepared, such as your knives, your forks, your plates, your cups, everything. Here's my offside.
Very good point, Barry. Make sure everything's prepared, but also don't stress. It's a fun family time, so no stress. The day will get done, and Merry Christmas.
And remember, have fun, be polite to one another, and show respect for the ones around you. Here's my offsider.
That's very true, Barry. It's a very good thing to say.
Well, to close the program today, we'd like to wish you and your family all the best for Christmas Day. And here's my offsider to say the same thing.
We'd like to say Merry Christmas, everyone, and as we said before, thank you for tuning in, wherever you may be, and we hope you have a safe and happy Christmas.
And before we do go, um, we'd like to say take it easy on the roads wherever you may be going. Double demerit points are in place until January. They went into play on Thursday, the 19th of December, which was last week. So if you're caught using your mobile phone, the cameras will snap you. And if you're not wearing your seatbelt, this includes your passengers, that's your license gone. Here's my offsider with his closing message on this.
Make sure you're always safe, of course. Be off your phones. If you need to be, pull over and turn the car off and call whoever you need to. As Barry said, double demerits for a long time until I think the 2nd of January. So you have to be very careful on the road.
So don't drink and drive, guys, or otherwise you could go bang.
Bang.
Here's my offsider.
Yes, you must be careful. Don't drink and drive because you don't want to end up in the hospital.
And you don't want to end up in a wheelchair like myself here or be dependent on staff. Here's my offsider.
Yes, you want to have a safe and happy Christmas and no accidents that could be missed.
Well, it is time for us to go now. Thanks for tuning in on this Monday, and we look forward to your company again in a few days. And here's my offsider now to say Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year.
And from me, Barry and Oscar, it's bye bye.
Beautiful, Baz. Good finish.